Hello, and welcome back to my Thief Gear only run of Dark Souls Remastered. We've just arrived at the bonfire here by the Undead Parish. We're going to kindle it up. I've also adjusted the audio somewhat. I noticed in some of the previous footage that at times it was hard to hear me over the sound of the game, especially when I was doing loud things like attacking or rolling through pots or whatever. So I've changed it now, and hopefully it'll be a little bit easier to hear me from now on. We'll have to see. Unfortunately, receiving the microphone has been delayed. It'll happen, just not today. We're going to go and we're going to get my knife upgraded a bunch. I don't think I have the money to upgrade it all the way to +5 right now, but we're going to try to get it as much as we can. I don't think I have any Titanite yet, so we're going to start off, purchase up like 4 of these, get it up to +3. See, we need, so we definitely have enough to get it to the next level, but then not enough to get it all the way to +5. I'm going to purchase 2 more of these and reinforce it to +4. So that should be a nice helpful damage improvement as we move on with the game. I also wanted to talk a little bit about the way that I'm releasing these videos, which is to say that so far I haven't been. What that means is that if you've watched the earlier videos prior to the release of this video and you've left comments, I haven't read those comments yet because at the time of this recording I haven't released any of the videos. That's because I want to sort of build up a handful of them before I release the first one, just so that I feel confident for my own benefit that I'm actually going to make more than a few of them. I wouldn't want to release the first couple videos of this and then disappear forever. So until I feel confident that I'm going to make it a decent way through this, I'm just going to not release videos. But once I do, I suspect I will be releasing them faster than I can record them, so there will come a point when the recordings catch up with real life, and you will be able to comment things to me, and I'll be able to read them. And I'll say when that point is, but it hasn't come yet. Now, I know that the remaster, we can see that someone's got a summon sign here. The remaster likely has a slightly larger player base than the original does right now. So it's possible, being that I'm human and in an early area, that I'm going to get invaded, which would be an interesting experience. Fair warning, I'm dreadful at PvP combat. I love the idea of PvP combat. I'm just not any good at it. So, if I get invaded, you will get to have the wonderful experience of watching me die horribly to someone better at this game than I am. We're going to take out this guy, because he's in the way. He's going to get in the way of us getting our Firekeeper Soul, and then we'll go pick up Firekeeper Soul, take it back down to Firelink Shrine, get all Firekeepered up. Oh, wow, that was a huge bleed. Take it down to Firekeep Shrine, get the Estus Flask reinforced, and then probably I will run down to New Londo Ruins and pick up the other Firekeeper Soul that's down there, just that we've got everything done. Oh, look, Titanite. Certainly we're going to need much more of that. Is the channeler going to see me? Can you see me all the way up here? No? Alright. Firekeeper Soul, our first one. I'm actually not sure how many Firekeeper Souls there are in the whole game, but it's not too many, so good to get the ones that we can get to. Once we get this taken care of, I'm not really sure where we'll go next. Maybe we'll head into Darkroot Garden and just clear out some of that stuff, make our way up towards Moonlight Butterfly and maybe do that. Or we could go back and get some of the enemies we skipped, like the boar or the black knights. We'll see how I'm feeling once we get there. Oh, just coming through here reminds me that I also want to make sure I go up to where the gargoyles are and let Lautrec out of prison. Lautrec, of course, is something of a troublemaker, but we can benefit from him greatly by just kicking him off the cliff here and taking his ring. I'm not certain that I want to wear the Ring of Favor and Protection for the entire run, but it does seem like at least starting with it on will be good, especially as it provides a very strong bonus, and, you know, more health and stamina are always good. I think that ring also provides an equip load bonus, which isn't going to end up doing much for us, but... Ooh, are those blue lights new? I don't remember that. But yeah. Regardless, we're down here because we want the Firekeeper's soul that's in the little ruins over there. We'll just run right over and get it. Hopefully we'll escape, but there's a possibility of plunging to death. Actually, I just realized that I picked up quite a few souls off of that knight we killed. I didn't realize he was going to drop so many. So why don't we quickly run back up to Firelink, level up a little, and then come back down here and do this. Short detour, shouldn't take long. Best to be prudent with our souls. One of the things that I really enjoy about the start of Dark Souls is how branching it is, right? Because, you know, I know that if I want to rush towards the end of the game as quickly as possible, the two next things I need to do are I need to go up to the top of the parish and I need to fight the gargoyles, and I need to go through the Valley of Drakes to Blighttown and kill off Quelaag. But there's lots of other ways I can go and lots of other things I can do, and some of those things we're going to do because they're fun, and some of those things we're going to do because I really don't think I can beat Quelaag with the gear that I have right now. She's pretty tough. I've struggled with her a lot in the past. That was like perfect. 22 souls left. We're going to just strengthen up for a little bit. Visiting the Moonlight Butterfly would be a great thing for us because, you know, we're not going to be making the Moonlight Butterfly spear or anything, but I feel pretty confident that I can beat the Moonlight Butterfly, and then we can use the soul of the Moonlight Butterfly for just straight souls and cash all those souls in as Titanite and upgrade the old gear. In a normal game of Dark Souls, I wouldn't bother upgrading my armor because you can just like get better armor, and because, you know, there are limited resources, but given that we're stuck wearing the lousy black leather armor in the pursuit of maintaining the lovely thief aesthetic, we will likely be upgrading the armor so that it is even a little bit more protective. We'll also be attempting not to do anything silly, like pushing the wrong button and falling off the bridge. So I think I remember where this Firekeeper soul is. Obviously, I can't hurt the ghosts, so we're just going to be kind of running past them. But I think you just sort of do a round the corner thing, and then there's a little like bridge you gotta cross that's underwater, and you get attacked by ghosts, maybe. We'll see. Keep the stamina up, get ready, so when the ghosts appear, we can run for it. Hey, ghost. Hey, I'm going to run for it. I think it's like through here, and then, yeah, just straight down this way. Now, I know some guys come out and attack you, but I think, oh, they're on the path. They're on the path. Okay, we got it. Now, are we going to get out, or are they going to kill us? Oh, they're going to kill us. Yeah, there we go. Well, we got what we came for. And I rested at Firelink, so not too much loss. There, drop down here, get that used, and then we can move on. I do think I'll go to Darkroot Garden first. Killing the knights will be good to get Titanite chunks, but we're not at a point to need that yet. So I think it's better just to head into a new area and keep exploring. I say exploring. It's not really exploring because I know where everything is, but it's exploring in the sense of going somewhere that we haven't been this time. And up we go again. I guess having died down there rules out the possibility of invasion, which is a little disappointing, but kind of alright by me, because, as I've mentioned, if I get invaded, I'll lose. I think that some of the PvP mechanics in this game are really clever, especially the ones where they kind of toy with the formula, like the Dark Moon Blades or the Blue Sentinels from Dark Souls 2. I'm just really bad at all of them. I'm not sure I've ever won a fair PvP fight in this game. I can win when I'm like, you know, hideously outgearing the other person, or they are away from their keyboard and I just sneak up and kill them. But in an actual fair fight where I'm roughly the same level as the person I'm fighting, I'm not sure I've ever won a Dark Souls fight. I'm just not good at it. Oh, I should rest at the bonfire while I'm here. Especially because once I walk into the room with that Titanite demon, I'm going to want to fight the Titanite demon even though I don't need the demon Titanite. It's kind of weird when it does that, the bonfire effect, how it just kind of blanks out the whole screen. I feel like it wasn't as aggressive before the remaster. I could be mistaken on that. Hey friend. Ooh, the lighting effect looks a little nicer too, I think. A lot of the, like, special effects stuff looks nicer. Well, the actual, like, look and feel of the game is pretty much the... Ooh, wow. Timed that wrong. The actual look and feel of the game is pretty much the same. Most of the textures look like they're basically exactly the same. Like, I wouldn't say that the ground here looks like anything really special compared to what we had before. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, the knife is a real non-starter here. Did we make any progress at all? Unclear. Are we going to be able to get bleed on this, or is he immune to that? I guess we just got to keep swinging to find out. We're actually making some progress. Slow, but steady. But he doesn't appear to be bleeding, and that's kind of my only advantage with this weapon. I'm getting the feeling bosses are going to be a real struggle. We may want to go find the female undead merchant pretty soon and just pick up loads and loads of charcoal resin, because I think the ability to just add some damage to this weapon is going to be really critical, because fights like this are going to be a total slog. Look at how slow this goes. I mean, I guess the nice thing is that the weapon attacks really quickly, so I can put out at least a little damage, but I feel like with a bigger weapon, I'd be doing it a little bit faster. Ooh, ooh, uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh! No, no, no! Thank you, stairs. Ooh, let's not get hit by a grab attack. Ooh, did I get hit by his tail there? I did. I didn't know he could do that. Ow. I do need more health as well. The whole every time I get hit I need to run away and Estus thing is a little unappealing to me. here it comes. It's that grab attack. That's how you die real fast to this enemy. Since we're right near the bonfire anyway, there's no reason to be worried about conserving Estes. I do want him back up on the flat here. The stairs do not seem like the ideal place to fight from. Oh. Ow. That was close. The plus 2 Estus Flask is doing a lot of good for us, though. Basically heals my entire health bar. Eek! Oh, no. Oh, no. So embarrassing. And so much work lost, too, to get him that near to death, and then eat it. It was tragic. Alright, we'll run past him for now, because I don't feel like repeating that and making you sit through me swinging violently at this monster for another 5 minutes. So we'll just run on through. Thank you for your time. Good game last time. You won fair and square. Oh no, come on now. We can be friends. We will just move on to Darkroot Garden and see how ineffectual this knife is against the denizens of this area. Did this area get like a look and feel change? It feels greener than it used to. Can you backstab these? No. Can you bleed them? Looks like also no. That's going to be loads of fun then. That's a little bit disappointing, honestly, that there are weapons like this weapon where just some enemies are kind of not going to be affected by the thing they do. It makes the idea more sound that some of the weapons in this game are just sort of not really meant to be played with in the long run. And, you know, maybe that's fair, because it is an RPG, and in some ways it's about, like, upgrading stuff, and this is the starting weapon, and I'm putting myself through an unnecessary degree of additional challenge in refusing to stop using it. But, I don't know, it feels like it'd be cool if every weapon in the game were kind of mostly viable. And then, you know, special weapons could be, like, especially good. But here it just feels like, I don't know. At least, if you're going to make a weapon that's weak but has some specialties, it feels like at least one of those specialties ought to apply to most enemies. I remember the first time I came through this area, I saw this guy hiding, and I was so paranoid about when he was going to spring up that I didn't see the other guy on the far side, the one I just killed. And that one killed me, which I thought was pretty funny. Whoop. Alright, I guess we're not going to get to fight him. Oh, but he did die. So that's not the area where there's another thing? No, that's like ravine. Oh, there's one of those trees rotating at the bottom there. What was I saying? Oh, I was talking about Darkroot Garden. I think Darkroot Garden is kind of interesting because while the area itself is not optional, right, you have to come through here to kill Sif. At the point in the game that we're at right now, the area is pretty optional, right? I can't get through the gate now. Even if I could get through the gate, most players at this level aren't going to be able to beat the Forest Protectors, so they end up going down this way, they fight the Moonlight Butterfly, and then there's nothing, because that doesn't actually lead to the rest of the game. And I think that's good and bad in a kind of way. I think it's good because it allows them to have this branching where there's lots of fun stuff for you to be doing at this point in the game and lots of interesting places to go and to see. But I think it's bad because it means the players can get kind of lost. In particular, I think the door to the basement is kind of hard to find for new players and can lead to this feeling where once you ring the first bell and you kind of assume the second bell is going to be over here, and it's not, that you really aren't sure where you're supposed to go next. Another thing that I think I should talk about is hidden bonfires. Clearly, I know where the hidden bonfire we just passed is because I went to it. Did I remember to rest at it? Oh gosh, I don't think I did. But I think that while there is a lot about the design of this game that I think is very well done, I think hidden bonfires are one of its greatest sins. That spell effect is looking cooler. That spell is also really especially dangerous to me because my character will not succeed if it cannot dodge roll. So we may just have to kind of back away for a little bit. Yeah, see, ooh, that's going to be a problem. Not good. You're going to have to kind of wait for it to wear off. Alright, it's gone. I'm not a fan of hidden bonfires. I think that they're one of this game's weakest design choices. I think it's fine to have secrets. I like secrets. Everyone enjoys discovering secrets, and the message mechanic makes it so that it's fun to share secrets with others. But hidden bonfires are a step too far, in my opinion, just because bonfires are so essential a part of the progression of the game that if you miss a hidden bonfire, you're just in a lot of trouble, and you're in for a lot of unnecessary backtracking that I think can take away from some of the fun of exploring this game's many areas. So, it's my opinion that hidden bonfires are not cool, and that they should just, if they want to hide something, hide loot, but when you want to put a bonfire in an area, just put a bonfire in the area. It shouldn't be something that only those in the know get access to the bonfires, or only those who are reading and believe in the contents of every message get access to the bonfires, because the excuse that the message system makes the bonfires easy to find is silly. 90% of the messages in this game are trolling, or false, or designed to get you killed, or are talking about amazing chests. And to think that a player, upon recognizing this trend, is going to blindly believe a message that tells them to attack a particular wall or to jump off a cliff edge, like in Sen's Fortress, is absurd and not really fair to the players. And it leads to a situation where the players who are going to need the bonfires the most, the players who've been playing for the least amount of time, are the only ones who aren't going to have access to them and are going to be forced through running the same areas for an unnecessarily long time. I think this is especially true in Sen's Fortress. Sen's Fortress is one of my favorite areas in the game. But it's also a really long area, and the fact that there's a bonfire at the top is good, and the fact that that bonfire is super hidden is bad. That's all I have to say on the topic of hidden bonfires. I'm not a fan. I would love to hear if you agree or disagree with that sentiment. I know that this is a trend they continued in the later games as well. At least in Dark Souls 2, they continued to have hidden bonfires, and I continued not to be a fan of them. Although, in Dark Souls 2, I found an illusory wall on my own for the first time ever in one of these games, and was really proud of myself. So, certainly there is kind of a good feeling to it, but also, there are some bad feelings with it also. That's my 2 cents. I guess it's a lot of sense, because I talked about it for a while. Uh-oh, gonna run away for a little bit. This character just really doesn't have a good counter to Tranquil Walk Peace. I can block the attacks on my shield, but then I just take, shield damage, because this shield is something like 80 or 85% physical, or, oh gosh, he's too close to me. He's too close! Is it over? Did it end? It ended. Not loving the positioning of this tree, but it'll be fine. You're gonna die now. Ooh, no, blocked. Alright, boss time. If my dodge rolling game is still decent, I don't expect this boss will be too difficult. But I've been burned before by saying that I don't think things are going to be too difficult. I wonder if this armor has any decent magic resistance. I guess we'll find out. The only one... wow, there are a lot of bloodstains on this bridge. Did they make the Moonlight Butterfly harder? Where is it? Oh, hope they didn't make it harder. It was kind of a pain already. Ooh, the effects are beautiful. Oh, don't do that one move. It has that one move where it flies over the bridge and then hits you with that. Oh, wow. Oh, the magic resistance is not good. Alright, we're gonna have to be dodge rolling everything. That one move where it flies over the bridge and hits you with that blue thing, that move messes me up every time, real bad. So, we're hoping for just, he doesn't do that. He, she, is the Moonlight Butterfly gendered? I guess I've never really thought about it. I don't know how to identify butterfly sex organs, so if the creators of Dark Souls have gone to the effort of making it possible to tell what gender butterfly is, I regret to say that I'm not able to pick up on any hints they've left. Oh, that was bad, and I got lucky. Alright, here we go. Can we bleed the Moonlight Butterfly? Are you going to bleed for me? Nope. And the amount of damage I'm doing is making me think I need to work on my dodge rolls a lot more before this is going to be viable. Oh boy. I may be in over my head with this whole thief gear run of Dark Souls thing. That is not the button I meant to press at all. I'm beginning to think I may not be good enough to actually do this. Come down and land. Come land. He needs to do that move more. I'm much better at dodging that one. Okay, here it comes. Look at me, I'm barely out damaging the healing that he gets just from being on the flowers. But, you know, slow and steady wins the race, so we just need to get a little bit steadier, and then maybe we'll win. I'm also not great at telling the difference between when he's going to do each of the moves. I'm not sure if there's a tell, but if there is, I can't recognize it. Maybe the other move has a longer charge time? Yeah, nope. Alright. I've got no idea. But I like when he does that one. Are you coming down? Oh no, are you doing a really bad move? No, you're just flying around. Okay. And then you're gonna land, right? Land? Land on the bridge for me? Land, please? No. Oh, you're doing a move I don't like. Well, the move that I like second to least of all your moves. You only have, what, 3 moves? I think he only has 3 moves. I don't count the thing he does when he's leaving as a move. Oh! Oh, after all that stuff I said about how that was the move I preferred. Alright. Well, we're gonna call this video here. Maybe we'll title it something like, I fail at a bunch of stuff and doubt my abilities. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next